I just spent like 2 minutes filming the thumbnail for this video. Today, I'm doing a book haul, which I don't usually do. I don't do a lot of book hauls because I don't acquire that many physical books. I'm at a stage in life where I'm moving around a lot and I can't really afford to have too many physical books. So I would get more books more often, but I kind of can't. That being said, the last few months I did acquire more books. They were either gifts or I borrowed them or I really just felt like having them. So I thought I'd share these new editions with you. So my birthday was a few months ago and I got a few books as gifts. First is this edition of Persuasion from Folio Society. If you don't know, Folio Society is this company that prints these really crazy fancy editions of classic novels. My boyfriend and I were at a convention in London and we came across the Folio Society booth and they had a copy of Persuasion. I think I said something like, oh, Persuasion is one of my favorite Jane Austen novels, which it is. So he went ahead and got this for my birthday. It's the prettiest copy of Persuasion I've ever seen. It's got these amazing illustrations. It's got this gold canvas binding. It comes in this nice slipcase. So yeah, one of my favorite birthday presents. This next one was also a birthday gift from a friend. It's one of the UK editions of City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I think it's the third in the Mortal Instruments series. I think the day before my birthday, my friend asked me, oh, which book have you read in the Mortal Instruments series? And I'm like, oh yeah, City of Ashes. I was totally clueless. I didn't know that she was fishing for information for my birthday present. And then she gave me my present and then I looked at it, it was City of Glass and I was like, oh. But of course, because I have this edition of City of Glass, I need to buy all the other matching editions. Right? I just love physical continuity. I don't know if this next one technically belongs in this haul because I borrowed it. So my boyfriend has a significant graphic novel comic book collection. Naturally, as his girlfriend, I have free borrowing privileges. So I borrowed Judge Dredd, the first volume. So if you don't know, Judge Dredd takes place in a futuristic version of Earth. Basically, Earth has become a wasteland and everyone resides in these skyscrapers, which are essentially cities. Law and order is maintained by these figures called judges, so called because they are judge, jury, and executioner. So this series focuses on one judge who's called Judge Dredd. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I saw the movie Dredd, which has Carl Urban in it and Lena Headey from Game of Thrones fame. And I was talking to my boyfriend and he said, oh, I have the first volume of Judge Dredd. Do you want to borrow it? And I was like, yeah. So yeah, I still need to give this back, but you know, only when I finish it. I also acquired some books over Christmas break. Of course, one of the first books I acquired over Christmas break was One Dark Throne by Kendar Blake. This is the sequel to Three Dark Crowns, which is one of my favorite books from 2017. This is also a signed copy, which they had in Barnes & Noble. Three Dark Crowns is a fantasy series about an island kingdom where every generation the queen has 3 triplet daughters, and the triplet daughters, when they turn 16, have to fight to the death for the throne. It's an amazing fantasy series with a lot of politics and really cool magic systems. So I hope to read this really soon. I also picked up this edition of A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. It's the Barnes & Noble special edition. I think it's essentially the same as the black collector's edition they have online, except it's got this silver cover instead of the black one. It's still got the same exclusive content, like these really nice end papers. It's also got the same exclusive content in the back. I read this book 2 years ago, but I don't remember a lot of it. I think I just read the whole thing way too fast and didn't really give myself enough time to absorb it. I also listened to this on audiobook and I don't think I got on with the narrator, so I thought I should at least read it on either Kindle or in a physical book. So when I found this in Barnes & Noble, I jumped at the opportunity and I bought it. It's also signed by V.E. Schwab. Lastly is a book I got a few days ago. So Valentine's Day was a few days ago, so my boyfriend and I went to the Freud Museum on a date. Such a conventional date location, I know. It's a really nice, fascinating experience, and so my boyfriend and I each decided to pick up a book from Freud. I chose his Wolfman and Other Cases. It's basically anecdotal accounts about different patients that Freud treated over the years. The Wolfman is a particularly famous case. I chose this because I personally like stories and anecdotes. I think my boyfriend picked up The Psychopathology of Everyday Life. I'm mentioning my boyfriend a lot in this book haul. What I'm trying to say is that my boyfriend is the best. He's going to read that book and I'm gonna read this one, and when we're both done, we'll probably do a switch. So that's it for my book haul. I'm sure I'll be posting again sometime soon. In the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter and Goodreads, links in the description, and I'll see you in my next video.